Hey guys, it's me. I guess Gypsy's doing her YouTube, and I guess she's got a 15-minute segment here talking about prison. I feel like she's doing, she's kind of following in that influencer, Christina. She also does true crime. She actually started out talking about her prison stay for 2 years, but she's a reformed one. She's a reformed one, and her crime wasn't too bad. She just did a lot of bad things, but I'm not going to like copy it. We're going to do it ghetto style
Gypsy Rose
because we don't want to get copyrighted. Let's just listen to what she's got to say.
So I wanted to create this mini-series before the launch of my podcast because I wanted to kind of
I think she's wanting to capitalize on her crime. She's going to introduce you as introduce it as prison life, but she's getting ready to talk about her crime. But it'll be all lies.
So this is about my journey in prison. So I, as most people know, I was arrested in June of 2015.
Let's look at the comments.
And that was 11 years ago. So being in the prison system, I can say that my experience was very different than that of an average person, I guess you could say. Because I don't think that most people welcomed prison quite like I did. I've said in numerous interviews that prison was more freedom that I had at home, and that is very true. So my experience with prison, I have to say that I had some...
Do you believe that with all the dancing in the bathroom, the wigs, all of that? No, I think Dee Dee was ready to kick her ass out. She was tired of the bullshit. You know, she didn't even help clean the house.
The best times in prison. And I know that's super weird to hear. I get it. But I want to share a couple of prison stories with y'all, and maybe it might make y'all understand a little bit better about why I said that. So upon entering prison, so I want to get two things perfectly clear. So most people think that prison and jail is the same thing. It's actually not. So when you think of prison, most people like to think of like iron bars and glass windows, kind of cells, and you're sort of just locked away from all of society 24/7. And it's actually not like that. So jail is like that. Absolutely, jail is like that.
So was it a reformatory? Like, what is it? It's supposed to be prison. Like, was it like Shangri-La? I don't know. I mean, obviously they did not put her in a maximum security prison away from society. You know, I mean, come on. Whatever. Like, she was emailing men in jail. Ugh, good. Let's go. Here's some more.
Prison, I like to describe it as kind of like a college, but it's a college for convicts.
She didn't learn a damn thing.
Prison systems, at least the
she
one
didn't learn
in
anything,
Missouri, and I'm sure in other states as well. They have recreation. They have vocation.
College is an institution of learning. This bitch didn't learn a fucking thing. Okay? She just lied her way through this shit. And why is she posting this? Why is her prison shit on now? Why is her podcast dedicated to her life in prison? We all know from the FOIA what it was like. Actually, one of her boyfriends was busted for child blank. I'm not going to say it. You know what it is.
Educational classes, many things for the inmates to do, or as you know, in my prison system, they call this offenders. So when I arrived in Vandalia, so Vandalia, Missouri, there's only 2 women's prisons in the state of Missouri. So there's Vandalia and then there's Chillicothe. So I first arrived in Vandalia. And essentially, everyone goes through Vandalia, the females anyway, go through Vandalia. And they are essentially sorted into a class. So they classify you, then they house you. So I was housed, I believe, as a Kappa. So I could be housed with pretty much anyone. If there are certain people that have very serious crimes, not to say that mine wasn't serious, but they also take into account.
Like, how serious, Gypsy? Murdering 20 people? Like, what is it? Murder is the highest. Taking a life is the highest. She really doesn't think that she's a murderer. I don't think she thinks that.
Personality traits. They ask you a bunch of questions upon entering the prison system. And by your answers, they categorize you from I think Alpha to Sigma, I believe. And so I was a Kappa, and I could be housed with anyone. So I was put into general population, and within the next 2 weeks, I believe, I was already being transferred to Chillicothe. Vandalia was actually a really nice prison. It kind of looks like a farm.
I really do think that she does come off as being super duper sweet. She comes off being this sweet, innocent, wouldn't harm a fly kind of girl. But she's very vindictive. Look at the cheerleader outfit. I mean, she was portrayed as a victim.
Like, all the housing units look like red barns. And Vandalia is pretty much out in the middle of nowhere.
I really
Bunch
hope
of Missouri
that
fields,
Dom's law
so it really didn't feel scary
goes to 50
when I got
states.
to Vandalia.
So we don't have to
But when I
see
got
this shit no
transferred to
more.
Chillicothe is definitely like the stone walls and the barbed wire fences, more what you would think of when you think of a prison.
How long is
So
this?
that kind of freaked me out.
Oh shit, dude. It's
And
long,
then
dude.
I got housed in Chillicothe. I was housing unit 4 at first. And then I had moved pretty much to every single housing unit in Chillicothe except for housing unit 6. I never been on 6. I had to have a job. So I worked janitorial services for a while. So I scrubbed toilets, refilled toilet paper rolls, swept and mopped. And I did that all through the course of getting my GED. So I was also put in GED classes. I would go to school for 2 hours, Monday through Friday. And I had such a sweet teacher. Oh my goodness. Miss Cooks was so sweet. Like, she was like this sweet little grandma. Oh, she was amazing. But don't get her mad. She'll get on to you about not doing your homework. I tried, definitely. I studied hard a lot at the beginning of my GED classes. I was in GED school for about 5 years.
Oh shit.
Because when I entered...
She was 24 when she entered. It took her like till she was what, 30 to get her GED. Rolling eyes. I I can't wrap my head around that. I don't know. I really do think she kind of wants to be like that Christina lady. And you all know who I'm talking about. It's the one where she's like, um, be respectful down in the comments, yada yada yada. I forget, but she does true crime too. So this is Gypsy wanting to be an influencer so freaking bad. So bad. And I think maybe the money is running out. It makes sense, you know? Like it really does make sense. Like the money might be running out. All right, guys, before this gets too long, it's about 39 minutes. Y'all can like see it. Go look at it yourself. All right, guys, that's it.